Welcome to the Shadow Talks. Without wasting time, let's go to the video.
Have you ever been alone at Christmas when the streets are empty and the quiet feels too heavy? When everything should feel peaceful, but instead something feels wrong? That was my situation. I thought being alone would be relaxing. I thought nothing bad could happen in a quiet neighborhood like mine. I didn't know how fast that feeling would disappear. My girlfriend had gone to her parents' house for Christmas, and I stayed behind for work. Most of my neighbors had left town too. At first, I enjoyed the quiet, the snow, the lights, the stillness. But after a while, the house felt too empty, like something was missing, or worse, like something else had space to come in. On the second night, around 6:30, I was making dinner when I heard something strange. At first, I thought it was the TV, then I muted it. Someone outside was singing, slowly, off-key, jingle bells, and the sound was coming from very close to my front door. I opened the door expecting carolers. Instead, there was one man standing alone, no hat, thin coat. He stared down at my welcome mat and kept singing like I wasn't even there. When he finished the song, he took a breath and started singing it again, exactly the same way. Minutes passed. He didn't stop. Then he slowly lifted his head and looked straight at me. His eyes felt empty. I closed the door thinking that would end it, but the singing continued. Same speed, same tone, like the door closing meant nothing to him at all. After 10 minutes, the singing stopped. The silence was worse. I looked outside and saw him standing at the end of my driveway, completely still, facing my house. He wasn't leaving, he was waiting. I told him to go away and warned I would call the police. He didn't move. I went upstairs and locked my bedroom door. When I checked the backyard, he was gone. I felt relief for maybe 20 minutes. Then I heard singing again. This time it was coming from directly under my bedroom window. I yelled that I was calling the police. The singing stopped instantly. Then he ran toward the back door, screaming like nothing I'd ever heard. He slammed into the door over and over. The whole house shook. That's when I knew this wasn't just someone strange. He wanted inside. I grabbed a baseball bat and hid in my closet while calling 911. I could hear him screaming and banging below me. Every second felt like he would break through. Then suddenly, everything went quiet. No noise, no movement, just my own breathing in the dark. The police found deep footprints in the snow leading into the woods behind my house. They never found him. I left for Christmas and never stayed alone there again. Because sometimes the scariest part isn't what almost happened. It's knowing the person was real and he knew where I lived. I was only 6 years old when this happened, just a few days after Christmas. Most people forget things from that age, but this night never left me. Even now, it feels clear in my mind, like something unfinished, like something that didn't end, but simply learned how to wait. My family took me to an NBA game that night. The arena was loud, crowded, and full of people. Lights everywhere, noise everywhere. It felt safe. That's why I didn't think twice when I walked a short distance away, just to throw something in the trash. That's when a tall man appeared beside me. He didn't rush. He didn't scare me at first. He calmly asked if I was lost. His voice sounded friendly. Before I really understood what was happening, he gently took my hand and said he would help me find my parents. He walked me away from the crowd toward the upper levels where it was quiet. The noise faded behind us. The lights felt colder up there. With every step, my chest felt tighter. Something felt wrong, even though I couldn't explain why. We stopped where no one else was around. For a moment, everything felt frozen. When he let go of my hand to check his phone, fear finally hit me all at once. I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't think. I just ran. Later that night, while we were driving home, a truck pulled up beside our car. I looked over without thinking. My heart dropped. It was him, sitting there, watching me. I stayed quiet. I didn't know how to explain what I was seeing. That night, I woke up feeling cold for no reason. A light flashed across my bedroom wall. When I looked out the window, I saw him standing there, shining a flashlight inside my room like he was searching for me. I screamed and ran to my parents' room. They searched outside but found nothing. They said it was probably a shadow or a car passing by, but I knew the difference. I knew exactly who I saw outside my window. A year later, on New Year's Eve, I found a note taped to my bedroom window. It said, "This new year, you'll meet me again." My parents finally called the police. Nothing ever came from it. Even now, years later, New Year's Eve still scares me. I still close my curtains every night because some people don't need to break in to haunt you. They just need you to remember that they're still out there. This happened one December when my wife, our young son, and I drove into the mountains to cut down a Christmas tree. It was meant to be a happy memory, something special. Instead, it became the reason we never returned to that place again. The area was quiet, not peaceful quiet, empty quiet. Snow covered the ground, and as we walked deeper into the trees, the road behind us slowly disappeared. Even the air felt heavy, like the forest was holding its breath. That's when I heard footsteps behind us, slow, careful, deliberate. I turned and saw a man standing on the path, watching us. He wasn't dressed for the cold. His face looked pale, and when he smiled, my stomach dropped. He spoke calmly, asking if we were looking for a Christmas tree. His voice felt wrong in the silence. He knew too much. My wife moved closer to me. Without saying a word, we both understood the same thing. We needed to leave. When we reached the truck, my wife screamed. Both right side tires were slashed. The cold suddenly felt sharper. We were stuck. That's when fear truly set in. Whoever that man was, he never wanted us driving away. While waiting for police, I noticed movement near the trees. Then more shapes appeared. 1, 2, 3, just standing there in the darkness, watching us without speaking. 2 of them started walking toward us, slowly, calmly, saying they were there to help. They didn't sound rushed. They didn't sound worried. They sounded patient, like they already knew we weren't going anywhere. We locked the doors and held our son close. The police call cut out. My hand tightened around the axe I brought with me. I prayed I wouldn't have to use it. Every second felt heavier than the last. Suddenly, the figures turned and ran back into the trees. Seconds later, police sirens echoed through the mountains. I've never felt relief hit my body that fast before. The police found footprints leading deep into the woods, spreading in different directions. They were never found. We never went back, because the scariest part wasn't that night. It was knowing they had been watching us long before. I was 9 years old, home alone a few days before Christmas. The house felt warm and safe. The tree lights were glowing. A movie played quietly on the TV. Everything felt normal. Then the doorbell rang. I knew I wasn't supposed to answer the door. I walked over and looked through the peephole instead. A man dressed as Santa stood on the porch. He was standing way too close, close enough to feel wrong. He said he had gifts for me and told me to open the door. His voice sounded cheerful at first. Then it changed. He realized I was a kid, and the tone in his voice changed with that realization. Then he asked if I was home alone. My heart started racing. I didn't answer. I slowly stepped away from the door, listening, trying not to make a sound. I heard the doorknob twist, slowly, carefully. Then footsteps moved fast across the porch. Seconds later, I heard noise at the back door. He was checking every way inside. I called my mom and whispered what was happening. Then I hid behind the couch, holding the phone tight. I stayed completely still, listening to every small sound outside the house.
When my mom arrived, she saw a man in a Santa suit walking away down the street. She said he didn't look friendly. He looked nervous, like someone who didn't expect to be caught.
Neighbors later said he knocked on their doors too, asking for donations. That didn't explain why he tried to open our doors. That didn't explain why he needed to know if I was alone. After that night, Santa decorations made me uncomfortable. The sound of that doorknob turning never left my head. It followed me into every Christmas after. Because I knew one thing for sure. He wasn't there to give gifts. He wasn't there to spread joy. He was there to see who would open the door.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you on next videos. Till then, goodbye.